What's going on, everyone? My name is Triforce Addiction, so I have another Diamond video to share with you guys. So this time we are going to be covering the Diamond XPR 50. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm actually one of the first people to post this on YouTube. Of course, this is a weapon that really no one cares about, but honestly, it's one of my favorite snipers within this game. Depending on the right attachments, this thing could actually be a monster. So the gameplay that you're going to see here, of course, is me sucking with this weapon, and that's only because of one thing. It's just that I don't have the tactical scope on. I decided to record gameplay with the regular scope because I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be asking in the comments, how does the default scope look like? So there you go. So like I said before, the XPR 50 is not really a commonly used sniper within this game. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been killed by this weapon before. It's the only time people ever use this if they're trying to grind for Damascus, but other than that, they probably never use this weapon again. But when I was actually grinding gold for this weapon, like a very long time ago, like during season 9, I actually enjoyed using this sniper. I do have to say though that I really do not recommend running this weapon in ranked because, of course, you're gonna get easily annihilated by like ASM-10s or any meta weapon for that matter. This weapon's mainly used for casual purposes only. I actually teamed up with a couple of friends back then, and I was just dominating with this weapon. And I was actually going against real people because there were some in my party that were actually touch users. So I was able to get matched up with literally anyone. So the XPR 50 is one of the two main semi-auto snipers in this game. The EBR, of course, is the other one. I do have to say I prefer this one more because it does have a bigger ammo capacity than the EBR. No, actually scratch that. It has lower capacity, but the thing is that this weapon actually shoots a little bit faster than the other. So this one's max ammo capacity, of course, can be 18 rounds, while the EBR is 20. The thing with this one, like I said, it has a faster fire rate, and it has a lot more stability than the EBR. So the damages for each of those weapons, of course, is pretty similar for the most part. Both of them kill in 2 shots. I recommend, if you're going to use this gun suppressed, I do recommend using a light suppressor. It doesn't really matter which suppressor you use. It usually is going to have the same range. Most maps are going to be medium ranged. So no matter what, you're always going to kill in 2 shots. And it's always going to be 1 shot if it's in the head. Same goes for the EBR. So I usually recommend the light suppressor to people that ask me about the XPR 50 because it doesn't add any extra weight to your gun, so more or less stays the same. And that's the cool thing about the XPR, is that you could pretty much use this as like a FAL, like a marksman rifle. So as I said earlier, you know, having the default scope with this gun is not really recommended unless you're like in a really far ranged map, like let's say Takeoff or something. But even then, it's still not recommended. I honestly just use the tactical scope or the 3x tactical scope. It's all based on your preference. The reason for that being is that you have like I don't know, it's just with these default scopes, they always seem to like zoom in a little bit too hard to the point where you could accidentally just, I don't know, you can ADS away from the person or like too close to the person, and if they're moving too fast, you're not really going to get the kill. With a tactical scope, on the other hand, you have like a more broader view of like your surroundings, so you're going to see if there's someone coming to your side. But if you're, you know, like zoomed in with this scope, it's just not the same. And it feels a lot more stable to use a tactical scope. If you are going to be using a scope only, well just the default scope, I do recommend using the RTC light compensator, which does decrease the vertical recoil by a ton. So the only downside to that, of course, is that you're going to be popping up on the enemy radar constantly because you're going to be shooting this thing like crazy. But I do have to say the light compensator is probably one of the best attachments in this game, especially if you are using a tactical scope, because you could actually connect your shots a lot more faster instead of having to wait for your weapon to stabilize again after shooting the first shot. So another thing worth mentioning is that the XPR does have stopping power reload, but the thing is that it's not really the best thing in the world because like you do get better one-shot kills, but it's only up to like the neck. So it's nothing really special. It also increases your vertical recoil as well as lowering your fire rate. So it's a lot more risky to use that attachment compared to an 18-round reload, which is the one I recommend. So as I said, it does increase your one-shot kill area, but not so much. It's barely even noticeable. So like that attachment's more like it's more of a downside than anything. So, like I said, this weapon's pretty good. It's not really god tier. You know, it's somewhere in the middle. I only do recommend using it if you're in a casual playlist. Ranked is definitely not the way to go with this weapon. I usually use this if I'm just with friends and I could just, you know, chill out. But for the most part, this weapon is it's average. It's average. That's all I really have to say. It's more of a marksman rifle than anything. Like I said, using stopping power reload is not recommended. It pretty much does nothing to your gun. The best thing I could say is just use the 18 round reload with the RTC compensator if you want to have more control. But you know, usually you can use a light suppressor. Like, it doesn't really matter since most of the maps in this game are medium to long, well, just short to medium ranges. So yeah, anyways, my name is Triforce Addiction. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe for some more COD mobile content, and I'll see you guys next time.